You are now watching Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel.
I shot him 6 times!
What's going on, horror fanatics? Welcome to I Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. As you know, I'm your host and curator of the channel, Marcus. If you have not done so already, please shoot this video a like. It helps out with the YouTube algorithm a ton. As well as if you're a new viewer to this channel, please shoot that subscribe button as well as that notification icon so you get all the latest content updates to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be giving you all a Scream 6 update. We're going to talk about that new image of Ghostface from what's rumored to be from the opening scene of the movie. We're also going to talk about Kirby Reed, the rumors about her potentially not being in this movie as much, as well as the trailer, and as well as Courteney Cox being dubbed an executive producer on the film. Okay, everyone, so let's get into it. So on Wednesday, we got this image leaked of Ghostface seemingly standing in a back alley somewhere in New York City. I would like to assume that he or she is standing over a victim's body. That's the vibe I'm getting off of this shot, and it's a very beautiful shot. Love this image here of Ghostface. But what is more important about this image is, from what Twitter user Viewer Anon says, is that this image is from the opening scene. It's not fake, and it's from the opening scene of the movie. Well, if that turns out to be true, then this would mark the second time in the franchise that a Ghostface attack or a murder has happened outside of the victim's home. The only time that has happened is in Scream 2. Ironically enough, this is Radio Silence's version of Scream 2. So it makes perfect sense why they would go in this direction to pay homage to the original Scream 2 that obviously Wes Craven created. Now, what's also striking about this image is the Ghostface mask. What's striking about it? Well, compared to the other masks that we've seen, the old worn out Ghostface mask and the subway mask that we've seen with Ghostface on the subway, this mask here looks completely different from those other two. Obviously, the old worn out mask has cracks in it, so it's obviously going to be different from the subway mask and obviously this mask here in this scene. But what stands out to me about this Ghostface mask is that it's really, really shiny, and the mouth area seems to be a lot smaller than what we've seen in the subway scene and with the old worn out Ghostface mask. So what I decided to do in this video is I did a full breakdown of each mask from each movie of the franchise, and I'm going to determine which mask is in each of these three scenes that we have got leaked of Ghostface so far. This image in the back alley, the Entertainment Weekly photo, and the subway photo that we got from the trailer of Ghostface. And we're going to break down the mask, and we're going to determine which movie are the masks from. For further clarification on how the masks are different that we have so far seen Ghostface wearing in the leaked images leading into Scream 6, I got them pulled up here, and as you can see in the far left, the subway shot of Ghostface from the subway scene, you can see compared to the middle shot of the new image that was just released from the back alley, what is supposed to be the opening scene of Scream 6, you can see the mouth area is completely different. The subway scene mask, the mouth area looks entirely too long, as to where the back alley scene mask, the opening scene mask, it seems, for Scream 6 anyway, seems to be a little bit smaller. And another thing is the shininess, the texture of that mask in the back alley scene, compared to both the old worn out Ghostface mask and the subway scene mask. That mask in the middle here looks way more shiny and looks way more pristine than these other two masks. So, I mean, again, could I be wrong? You know, absolutely, but I don't believe so. I definitely think that there's a difference in these masks, and I believe that these are different people wearing these masks. We've talked about it here on the channel, and in the community in general. You know, the whole cult of ghost faces. Will we have more than two killers in Scream 6? And I believe that with these leaks of these different Ghostface masks, that is the direction that we are heading in. And in terms of, the detail in the mask and the mouth area and all that stuff, and even the nose area. Check that out as well, the difference in the nose area. My good friend Craven Something Scary pointed this out in his video as well, is that you can tell a difference in not only the mouth areas of these masks, but the nose area as well. So just give it a look and make of it what you will. But I definitely do see a difference in these three masks from these leaked photos that we've got leading into Scream 6. Okay, so in this overlay is obviously every single mask so far from the Scream franchise from 1 through 5. And after further inspection, I think that I've came to my conclusion on which movies these masks that they are using in Scream 6 are from. Okay, so the first mask we're going to touch on is the subway scene mask, and I came to the conclusion that I believe this is a Scream 5 mask. I believe so because if you look at the mouth area, it's fairly identical, but more importantly, the nose area, it seems to have that flatness underneath where usually sometimes you see underneath where the nose is, it kind of, you know, pushes up and in a little bit. It doesn't seem to have that in the subway scene, in Scream 5's mask kind of mirrors that as well. So I'm going to say that the subway scene mask that we got in the trailer is a Scream 5 mask. Okay, so now we're going to touch on the new leaked image mask, the opening scene mask, if that's what you want to call it, and I'm going to say that this is a Scream 3 mask. And what led me to believe that is because if you look at the nose, it's a little bit thick around, you know, around the nasal area around there, compared to other Scream masks where it's a little bit, doesn't seem, you know, it seems a little bit skinnier. This one seems a little bit more puffier around the nose area. But what's even more telling, in my opinion, is the eyes area. Look at how the eyes curl outward more than any other Scream mask in the franchise. That's why I believe that this mask here in the back alley scene that's supposed to be the opening scene of Scream 6, I believe that this is a Scream 3 mask because of the eyes. If you look how they curl out more, they curl out more of the mask than any other mask in Scream franchise history, if you take a look at the overlay with all the masks that I posted here in this video. So again, I believe that this mask here from the new leaked image that we got is a Scream 3 mask. Okay, so now we focus on the old worn out Ghostface mask, and after heavy deliberation, I've come to the conclusion that you can damn near make it a tie between the Ghostface mask in Scream 1 and in Scream 2. The reason why I say that is because if you look at both masks, they look damn near identical, but there is a slight difference. The nose area. Scream 2's nose kind of tucks in a little bit, to where Scream 1's mask, it seems, doesn't really tuck in all that much. The old worn out Ghostface mask, the nose does kind of tuck in, but every other feature of the mask is resemblant to the Scream 1 mask. So, in my opinion, you can label it a tie that this old worn out Ghostface mask is from Scream 1 or from Scream 2. Now, why is the breakdown of these masks important? Well, we have talked about it here on the channel, and we've talked about it in the community about there possibly being more than 2 Ghostface killers in Scream 6. As they have been teasing this heavily, and a lot of fans would like to see it, and I think that these different masks are evidence that we are going to get more than 2 Ghostface killers. What is even more damning evidence of this, in my opinion, is the body shapes of these Ghostface. If you look at the Ghostface killer that is in the back alley scene, what is supposed to be the opening scene shot, that Ghostface killer looks a little petite. The Ghostface costume kind of drapes over them, it seems, a little bit, as opposed to the Ghostface that we see in the bodega and in the Entertainment Weekly photo with the old worn out mask and the subway ghost mask. Those ghosts and the subway Ghostface killer, those Ghostface killers look a little bit more stout. The Ghostface costume doesn't drape or droop down over him as it seems it does with this Ghostface in the new image that we got. So I broke each image down in a few second clips so you guys can make the determination for yourself. Me personally, I think these are 3 different people underneath these Ghostface masks based on the body type. So here goes the clips so you guys can make a decision for yourself. Okay, so now let's talk about the runtime for Scream 6. It was released by Paramount Australia and UK, and as well as by Critical Overlord via Twitter, that the runtime for Scream 6 will be an hour and 58 minutes long, 118 minutes in total. This is a 4-minute extension from Scream 5. Now, what does that mean entirely? Well, that means we could be seeing a little bit more content in this Scream 6 movie as opposed to Scream 5. Another thing that is interesting that I found about this whole timing and the runtime and all that is, if you do the math, Scream 5 obviously was an hour and 54 minutes. This movie is going to be an hour and 58 minutes. Well, that's, like I said, a 4-minute gap. If you do the math, 2 plus 2, obviously signifying for Scream 2, equals 4. We know that we're going to be getting a lot of heavy Scream 4 references, so I found that quite interesting within the numbers of the runtime, that's something you can, kind of have fun with and bring up if you wanted to, like I just did. I thought it was something, kind of a nice little tidbit to talk about, about the runtime. I think that was, in some ways, I think that was kind of done on purpose, but hey, that's just me. But it tells me that we are going to get a little bit more runtime, which also tells me that we should be expecting a little bit more, if not a lot more, character development from each of the core 4 characters, which is something that I do expect, being that Radio Silence themselves has commented and said this will be the case. Okay, so we're now going to move on to the rumors about Hayden Panettiere's character Kirby Reed in Scream 6. The rumors are swirling is that Kirby Reed will not be featured much in Scream 6, that she won't have as big as a role as many of us may have thought. Well, my response to that is, actually, I kind of didn't expect her to, really. I honestly expected Kirby Reed maybe to have a total of arguably 15 to 20 minutes runtime. And the reason why I say that, and I want everyone to take this into consideration, think about the OG3 and Scream 5. They barely had any screen time. You want to know why? Because they're an old school character, and we're trying to get introduced to these new characters. In Sam Carpenter, Tara Carpenter, Chad Meeks Martin, Mindy Meeks Martin, along now with Scream 6, with all these other characters that they're bringing in, it would really make no sense for Kirby Reed's character to dominate the screen. We have to develop these new characters. So with that being said, it does not surprise me that Hayden Panettiere's character probably will not be featured as heavy as some would like. However, I don't think that this should be discouraging. I think that the parts we do see her in is going to be enough for us to enjoy her return, while also enjoying the fact that we are getting some good character development out of our core 4 and any new Scream 6 cast member that is coming into the fray. Okay everyone, so now we move on to the last part of this video, which is news about the trailer, the Scream 6 official trailer that should be released very, very soon, according to the rumors that are swirling. I'm going to go on record and say that I believe that the official trailer for Scream 6 will be released on January 10th, 2 months exactly of the day of its theatrical release. We all know it's being released March 10th. I think that it will be the trailer, the official trailer will be released this month in January on the 10th, and it would make perfect sense for them to do that, being that this is Radio Silence's version of Scream 2, so why not release the trailer 2 months exactly to the day where you're supposed to release the movie? But hey, that's just my thoughts, but I definitely do think that we are going to get that trailer on the 10th of January. Another thing I want to talk about before we end this video is that I've seen a rumor about Gail Weathers, Courteney Cox, being an executive producer for Scream 6. Now, why this is interesting to talk about is, if any of you guys have been watching this channel, if you've been watching my videos, then you know for a fact that I believe that Gail Weathers is going to die in Scream 6. I think with the way Scream 5 was set up, I think they were also setting this up for Gail Weathers' character to be potentially killed in Scream 6 as well. However, with this news that, Courteney Cox is an executive producer for Scream 6, I'm not going to lie to you guys, it kind of make me feel a little bit iffy on will she die or not. And the reason why I feel that way is because maybe, being that she has some type of creative control over her character, it seems, maybe she doesn't want her character to die, and maybe she wants to still be involved in the Scream franchise going forward after 6. So that's why I find this piece of news about Courteney Cox being an executive producer for Scream 6 very, very fascinating, and I think it's something that we should keep an eye on, especially with the movie, when we get to the movie, when we watch the movie. pay attention to Gale Weathers' character, how she's portrayed, what she's going to be doing, and all that, so we can get a determination on what direction Courteney Cox wants to take this character, as well as if she wants to keep this character alive or if she wants to kill her off in Scream 6. But okay, everyone, that is it for this video. Leave a comment below and let me know your thoughts on this Scream 6 update. Let me know what you guys think about the mask breakdown that I did, as well as let me know what you guys think about that scene from the new image that we got in the back alleyway in Scream 6 is supposed to be the opening scene. I kind of think that scene is reminiscent of Scream 5 with Vince's scene. I kind of, think that background layout, being that scene was outside, it's kind of at a bar in a back alley in a, kind of a grungy type place. It looked like it kind of just gave me that vibe of Vince Snyder's scene in Scream 5. But that's my take. But again, leave a comment below, share your thoughts on this video, share your thoughts on this mask. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think that we will get 3 Ghostface killers in Scream 6? Do you think that the different masks are signs that are pointing to that we will get more than 2 Ghostface killers in Scream 6? As well as let me know what you guys think about the Kirby Reed news, the trailer news, and the Courteney Cox news. Love to hear from you all. Once again, this is a Shot Him 6 Times YouTube horror movie channel. I'm your host and creator of the channel, Marcus. Be sure to follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and Patreon. Thank you all for watching.